Well, good morning. Today is Wednesday, October the 25th, and I'm here in our sanctuary preparing and getting ready for what God is going to do tonight. I want to invite you to come to our midweek worship service tonight at 7 p.m. Last Wednesday, we wrapped up a 2-year-long series on the book of Hebrews. And tonight at 7 p.m. during our midweek worship service, we are going to begin a 9-part sermon series through the Old Testament book of Malachi. Malachi is the last book in the Old Testament. And so before this book, or after this book was written, there is a 400-year silence period to where God did not speak to His people. So the book of Malachi is the last time that God speaks to His people before the forerunner, John the Baptist, comes on the scene, and then we have Jesus as the baby comes, and then so on and so forth that we read about in the New Testament. We're going to start this sermon series tonight, and it is entitled, Wake Up. God told the prophet Malachi that it was time for the people of Israel to wake up. They had rebuilt the temple from the days of Ezra and Nehemiah and Haggai, and now it was time that they actually used the temple for the purpose that it had, which was to worship and serve the Lord. See, over the land of Israel, they had become spiritually lethargic. They had become lazy, and they had stopped worshiping the Lord passionately and pursuing worldly passions. The city of Jerusalem was still in ruin, but the temple had been rebuilt. But it was time that they wake up to the things of God. So over the next few weeks, for the entire month of November and the end of October, we're going to spend 9 services going verse by verse through the book of Malachi. I invite you to join me tonight as we introduce this series by only looking at verse 1. We'll talk about authorship, context, so many different things that kind of overarching view of the book of Malachi. And then this coming Sunday morning, our sermon will be on Malachi chapter 1, verses 2 through 5. I invite you to join us as we dig into this Old Testament book and this series entitled, Wake Up.